The veil has finally been lifted. The end of July event for the Summoners War 10x10 festival is none other than a Jujutsu Kaisen collaboration. This was actually theory crafted by someone on Reddit 5 months ago. Let's take a look at that right now, and then we'll theory craft a little bit more about what we should expect. Maybe not what we should not ever expect anything, but what we possibly can expect from some of the units here. So here's the Reddit post from 5 months ago by someone named CoolEvan89, which I'm sure is just a coincidence that this guy's name is CoolEvan89, and there's an Evan that works for CompToUs as a community manager that knew about this 5 months ago. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. You never know. Sometimes coincidences are just coincidences, and sometimes they're not. But that being said, I think that this is just a coincidence, to be honest, because I don't see all of this stuff in here. I'm not going to go through every single part of this, but I don't think all of this stuff in here is actually going to come to fruition in the actual game. So this is more lofty goals and dreams and imagination than anything else. But I do have some ideas on what I think the units that are actually going to be in the game will be. And I do also think that we're going to get one of those event dungeons where it's like node based and you get some of the units from Jujutsu Kaisen to fight alongside of you. Not the crazy, ridiculous ones. And then you have the bosses, kind of like what we saw actually exactly what we saw in the Witcher collab and the Cookie Run Kingdom was a different one. That was a different dungeon. But yeah, the Witcher collab, I think that's going to come back. I don't think something like Gwent is going to come back, but I do think that node-based dungeon is actually going to come back into the game from there. So yeah, some of these are a little bit more lofty. We're also going to go through the actual Jujutsu Kaisen and what it is for those of you that are not familiar with it. Also, we do have, this is the actual date, is July 30th, which is very soon. It's like a week from now. For those of you that are not already familiar with what Jujutsu Kaisen is, it is, I want to say it's like an anime Harry Potter. It's very much not an anime Harry Potter. There's like 2 similarities, but that's about it. It's called Sorcery Battle, right? So it stands for Sorcery Battle. It's a Japanese manga series written and illustrated. There's a whole bunch of Japanese words that I'm not going to say, but it's a very popular Japanese manga series. It follows high school student Yuji Isadori as he joins a secret organization of Jujutsu sorcerers to eliminate a powerful curse named Ryomen Sukuna, of whom Yuji becomes the host. And then I also want to mention how big it is. By January 2024, the Jujutsu Kaisen manga had over 90 million copies in circulation, including related novels, digital versions, and Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, making it one of the best-selling manga series of all time. And this is going to translate into more downloads of Summoners War from people that haven't seen it before, or maybe tried it out for like a week 7 years ago, and they're like, oh, you know what? Jujutsu Kaisen, I love that anime, and I want to play this game that I tried for a week more because it's got the characters that I like in it. So they do actually have a couple other, I think the games are in Japan. I don't think the games actually ever made it to, well, one is on Steam and one is a mobile from what I understand. There's also some costumes in some other more popular, I think PUBG and Fortnite have some costumes in them. But let's go a little bit more into this setting. In Jujutsu Kaisen, all living beings emanate energy called cursed energy, which arises from negative emotions that naturally flow throughout the body. See, I can't say the Japanese words, but I also can't say the English ones. So I think I'm just screwed either way. Ordinary people cannot control the flow in their bodies. As a result, they continually lose cursed energy, resulting in the birth of curses, a race of spiritual beings whose primary desire is to bring harm to humanity. These curses are shown as gruesome monsters, and there are more words that I'm going to pronounce incorrectly. So we can move on from that. There's a whole lot more about the plot and the mangas and the backstory and everything else. But yeah, it's a very big franchise, a very popular franchise. It's going to definitely increase. Well, I mean, I feel like it's going to increase downloads globally, and it's probably going to double the amount of people playing, at least temporarily, the amount of people playing Summoners War over like the next month after it's released. And it's going to be released in a week at the end of July. So expect August to be full of new players, and then September to be devoid of new players. Maybe some of them will stay. I don't know. But that's how these collabs work, especially something like this. I feel that this is going to be a stronger collab in terms of revenue, in terms of increasing the DAUs, the daily active users, than something like The Witcher or like Assassin's Creed. Because like the Assassin's Creed crowd, the Assassin's Creed crowd, the more I say it, the more strange it is. They're not quite the same crowd as would get interested in Summoner's War for the long term. So I feel like this is actually a stronger collab. And I think this is a really, really solid idea for ComTwist. There was something else that I wanted to mention. Music, video games. Yeah, video games. So there's a couple of video games. See also Jujutsu Kaisen, Cursed Clash. By the way, before I forget, there are a couple places to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. You can go to Crunchyroll. You can go to, what is this, Anime Planet. You can go to Netflix. And you can go to Amazon Prime Video, but Prime wanted to dox me, so we're not gonna show the screen there. No, this is Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. Free to play. So in June 2021, a free to play role playing game called Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. This is available only in Japan, I believe. Developed by SumZap, was announced. The game is set to be released in 2022. However, has been. So this is actually old news. The game is already out. We can take a look here. It is out, and it is in Japanese. But we can see a little bit about the game here. Here's a little gameplay screen over there. And then we have Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. We can take a little bit of a look in what that's all about. But it did get some bad reviews, though, which was surprising. Got a lot of mixed reviews, and that means there's a lot of bad reviews. Because then if you factor in the paid reviews and the ones where it's like, oh, we're getting a free copy of the game, yeah, there was a lot of criticism. I think it was like networking issues was one of them. I think it actually mentions it somewhere around here. Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, no. Collaboration with PUBG was announced in August 2021. Collaboration was made available globally, except in Japan and mainland China, from February 15th to March 2022. Fighting game titled Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash, which we just saw, published by Bandai Namco, was announced in July 2023. It doesn't say that it got bad reviews. Well, it got bad reviews. And then we have the outfits. So this is actually what I want to pay attention to right here. The outfits from Yuchi Itadori, Satoru Gojo, Megumi Fushi. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna mess all these up. And Nobara Kugisaki were released as cosmetic items in Mobile Legends Bang Bang on February 18th and Fortnite on August 8th. I think that these are likely going to be the units that are going to be in Summoner's War. I'm sure a lot of people will be happy about that. A lot of the fans of the franchise are going to be happy about that if that actually comes to fruition. But I think it's going to be either these four or possibly 3 of these and probably 2 more. Because if we think about like what's been in the Street Fighter collab, had 5 units. Cookie Run Kingdom had 5 units. Assassin's Creed and Witcher had 5 units. So I think that we're going to have 5 units. We're going to have 4 of these, and we're going to have something else as the 5th one. But I feel like this is probably a strong guess as to what units are actually going to be in Summoner's War. So, I mean, take it from an idiot on the internet that doesn't have any ties to the inside of ComTwist. So I could be way off, but this is just an educated guess based on the collabs with other games. And that's where I'm getting it from. So if they're collabing with other games already, and these units are in the other games, then it's likely that these units are going to be in Summoner's War. More likely than not. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a little backstory on what it is and what to expect. And hopefully the units are fun and the skills are fun. And I feel like the character designs and animations are going to be pretty solid for these. I know we get more excited about the ComTwist versions sometimes than, like, for example, well, I mean, yeah, I know sometimes we get more excited about the ComTwist versions, but I think this is going to be one where we're like, oh, you know, the original character versions from Jujutsu Kaisen are actually pretty solid, and they're going to have some cool I expect them to have really cool animations, so anyway, I don't want to get my hopes up, but yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are excited for the upcoming collab. I will see you as always in the next one.